Hi everyone, welcome back. It's great to have you here. And this is going to be a really simple video. I want to show you what I do with a photograph that I've taken. I've had it placed on a canvas and I want to frame it, but I frame it using fluid paint. It's just something that I've been thinking about doing. I've experimented and I really wanted to show you too. I'm using my embroidery hoop. That's going to almost section off the area that I want to keep paint free. So what I've done is I've cut around some of my plastic sheeting and I'm going to place that on the canvas in the area where I don't want any paint. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drizzle paint over the top. So the first decision was about the area that I wanted to ensure was crisp and clean. And I'm going to protect that with some of the plastic sheeting. And I'm also going to add the embroidery hoop over the top just to weigh down the plastic, so when I'm splattering the paint over the top, it keeps it in place. But it's about deciding your focal point and what you want to keep paint free. I'm using a circle because I want it to almost like bring your eye into the focal point. And I wanted to do that in a circular motion because I have a rectangle canvas. This is something really different but really simple. I've got some leftover gold paint. That gold paint is precious gold. It's by Pebeo and it's iridescent. It's also mixed with Liquitex pouring medium, so it's fairly thick. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to place the paint on my spatula and I'm going to drizzle it across the top of the picture. And by drizzling the paint across the picture, you can see that it's starting to create a frame. I'm not covering up the full photo. I still want some of that photo to shine through, because if I really wanted to just cover it all up, then I would paint the background. I would paint it in a solid block colour. But I just thought it was going to be fun to drizzle the paint across the top, doing this several times, ensuring the different parts of the paint is different widths, which again creates some depth to the piece. Remember, the plastic in the middle is the area that I don't want any of my paint, and I've literally covered that up, so when I reveal it, the photo will be really crisp underneath with no paint, but the area surrounding the photo will include the paint that I'm now drizzling over. This is my framing effect. I know that this is a really simple technique, but it's something that I've wanted to experiment with and I wanted to show you experimenting along with me. And it's also combining two of my passions, fluid art, so I'm using the fluid paint, and photography. So it's about combining two of my interests into one. And I'm really happy with the result and I can't wait for you to see the end. And stick with me because I do come back and show you the full version too. So, here's the piece, fully dry. I love the texture. I don't know if you can hear that. That is also on this piece. So, it was a photograph that I took whilst I was on holiday of Griffith Observatory, one of my most favourite places to visit when I'm in Los Angeles. And I really wanted it to focus on the centre point. I wasn't too bothered about the area that I've covered with the gold, but I didn't also want a block colour of gold. I wanted it to still be kind of see-through. I wanted you to still see certain parts of it. It's a very, very simple technique, and it's just some ways that I was thinking about framing some of my photos, but also combining that passion of fluid art. So the photograph was taken by myself. You saw in that process that I covered up the area that I really wanted to be prominent. So that focal point for me was the centre of the canvas and the observatory itself. But then all the way around the edge, just a gold kind of flick of paint. You saw the movement that I was taking with that paint. And I feel that I achieved what I really wanted to set out. It's a special piece for me. It's one that I will obviously keep. I'm going to hang it somewhere in my home. But I just thought I'd share this with you because I thought it was a really interesting way to be able to frame something. And I think this can also be done with other fluid art pieces that I've created. Some that I might not be too bothered about keeping as a full piece, but there might be an area of something that I really, really like. So it's something to explore. Just an idea that I was throwing out there, but also just to show you that it could be so simple to create something like this. So focusing in on the picture, creating like a frame around it, but not that it's hidden, but it just helps you with that focal point. Anyway, I hope you like it. Let me know if you try something like this too. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what you do too. And if you'd like to share it with me, drop me an email. I'm always happy to see your pieces that you create. So for now, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this piece, and I hope you've got some ideas about framing some of your pieces too. Have a great week ahead, and I really hope I get to see you again in the next video. Take care everyone, see you soon, bye.